Today, we're going to be exploring an intriguing story of how Adolf Hitler promoted his generals to the rank of Field Marshal during the World War II, despite the lack of ammunition and general supplies. As I delve into this historical narrative, I'm going to be attempting to make connection between the story and also how a political leader should make sacrifices for the well-being of those he governs, rather than for personal aggrandizement. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button and also do me a favor by clicking the like button. Turn on the bell notification icon so you get to receive notifications whenever I upload my video. I'll be right back. World War II was a trying time for the entire world, and Hitler found himself in a precarious position. He needed to maintain the morale of his troops in the face of dwindling supplies and ammunition. To do this, Hitler took an extraordinary step. He promoted his generals to the rank of Field Marshal, the highest military distinction. Right before then, no Field Marshal has ever been caught as a POW, that's prisoner of war, ever. So he knew that by promoting them to the rank of Field Marshal, they would do anything within their power. They would do anything, they would scrap for everything they could find to make sure they are not caught. Therefore, that would ensure victory for Germany. This leads us to a broader theme of leadership. The idea of making sacrifices for those you govern rather than for personal gains. Throughout history, great leaders have emerged who prioritize the welfare and the well-being of their people rather than go for their own personal pursuits and gains. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, a lot. We saw how Gandhi led a non-violent revolution in India to give his people exactly the freedom that they desired, and also how Mandela tried to unite a divided nation after being imprisoned for a long time. Now, one thing is common between these two leaders. They lived a selfless life. They endured imprisonment, they endured torture just for the sake of their people. What we can learn from this story is that true leadership requires sacrificing for the greater good. While Hitler's decision to promote generals to the rank of Field Marshal without proper adequate supply is rooted in a different context, leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Thomas Sankara, Gamal Nasser, Mandela demonstrated a different approach, one of selflessness, sacrifice for the betterment of their people. So in conclusion, the connection I'm trying to make within the story of Hitler promoting his generals to the rank of Field Marshal just because he could not give them the war supplies they needed, just to put their ego on the line so they would fight to make sure they come back home and not end up as prisoner of war. It's simple. No one expects you as an African political leader to die for your people. That would be extreme. That wouldn't be fair if I asked you to do that. If your people asked you to go sacrifice yourself for that, you're not a messiah. But the point I'm trying to make here is this. Leadership should be viewed as such. You either succeed or you die trying. Not physical death, but it should be obvious to all and sundry that you gave your all, that you did your all to make sure the life and the well-being of your people are better than how you met it. You know, we're tired of having this crop of leaders in Africa that ends up blaming their predecessors, end up blaming the former president. They didn't meet any money, they met this, they met debt, they met that. You knew all that before you vowed, before you went for that office. You knew how deep the nation was in debt before you put yourself forward to run for the #1 office of that country. So why complain? We look forward to an African continent where leaders shun, ignores blaming their predecessors and put their foot down, fold their sleeves and get ready to work. So my young leaders in Africa, I encourage you, whenever you are put in a position to lead, take it very seriously. Assume that you've been promoted from the rank of a general to the Field Marshal, and you must not be caught as prisoner of war. Meaning you must not be found complaining about what you met or what you didn't met. It should be clear to all that you gave your all, your blood, your sweat to make sure the life or that position you've been put to lead succeeds. Thank you very much. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscription button, and also don't forget to hit the like button and also the notification button so you get notifications whenever I upload a video. See you next time.